everybody, welcome. Today's workout is called Reimagining the Core. So when we hear the word core, most often people think of the abdominals, but the core is so much more than that. In fact, we can think of the core from a Pilates standpoint as any muscle that attaches to and supports the spine or the pelvis. So that would include a much broader range of muscles, not just the abdominals, but many of the muscles in the back, around the pelvis, the glutes, the hamstrings, the quadriceps, the hip flexors. So today we're going to be celebrating the core in a much wider sense and highlighting some of the key players along the way. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Find a nice seated, comfortable position here. Feel free to close your eyes for a moment. Just take a moment to center, to focus your thoughts internally, build that connection, mind to muscle, and start to take some nice, deep Pilates-style breaths in through the nose, expanding the rib cage, and exhaling through the mouth. Check in with the muscles of your scoop. We want these engaged all the time, but especially during Pilates workouts, they support every single exercise. So we want to get that pelvic floor engaged, the transverse abdominis, which feels like zipping up a tight pair of jeans or putting on a corset. It's kind of that sucking in feeling. And then the external obliques connect the rib cage to the pelvis. So they kind of create this sense of connection between these 2 points here. All right, so once you've got all of that intact, let's bring the arms to the side in our W position. We'll do a little bit of scapular mobilization. So we'll bring those arms up and down. And at first, we're not really too concerned what's happening with the scapula, but as we do a few of these and warm into it, let's be really intentional here and try to keep the shoulder blades down and back. So the shoulders stay away from the ears. We'll have to go a little slower to make that happen. And try to pinch those mid-back muscles extra hard as the arms are lifting up. So to feel kind of this sense of opposition, right? The arms want to come up and pull the scapula with them, and the scapula are being held down by those nice strong back muscles. Okay, one more here. And down. Now from here, from the W, we're going to bring the arms down a little bit more till we look like we're making kind of a double L shape, and then even draw them back a little further as we pinch the elbows in toward the sides. This is usually not a particularly comfortable or natural feeling position for people, so even though it might look simple, it's probably feeling pretty hard to maintain, and that's totally okay. So come back to the W, and then bring the elbows in further, the arms down a little bit, and back. Awesome. We'll call this the double L. One more time, W, and double L. All right, let's release that. Let's roll the shoulders up, down, and back. Round the spine here, drop the chin down. And then come on up, arch the back slightly, bring the shoulders down and back. One more time, rounding, kind of like a semi-cat stretch here. And up, lift the chest, shoulders down and back. Beautiful job. Let's do a little bit of spinal rotation. So one arm comes to the opposite knee, the other hand comes back behind the back. We lift the body up and look over the shoulder. Gently coming around to the other side, same thing. Use that back hand to really elevate the spine. Use it as an anchor point. Nice, unwind. One more time to each side. See if you can rotate just a hair further than you did last time. Of course, without forcing anything, always keeping it gentle, staying within your boundary of tension, but also noticing how the boundary of tension changes as we stretch and following that boundary. All right, nice job. Back around to the front, and let's go ahead and dive into the workout. So we're gonna start in kind of a reclined seated position with the heels down, toes up, leaning back far enough that you feel some pressure in this whole core area. Now you might be primarily feeling the abdominals, but realize that those back muscles are working equally hard to support all of this, okay? So we've got this kind of reclined position. Now we're gonna do our W, our Y, and our double L from here, and you'll feel the difference, okay? So W, inhale, prepare. Exhale, move slowly up to the Y while we keep the shoulders down and back. Inhale, come down to W, and then flow into your exhale as you turn it into the double L. Really squeeze those elbows into the sides. Inhale, W. Exhale, Y. Inhale, pull back to W. Float into the exhale, double L. Beautiful job. This is already tough, right? Inhale, W. Exhale, Y. Arms are right by those ears. Inhale, W. Exhale, double L. Make sure we're scooped really hard here. Support that low back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. You've got this. I'm already starting to sweat a little bit. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. W. Y. W. L. Beautiful job. Let's slow down, and we are going to move right into ab prep. Now, usually ab prep is one that we kind of do at the beginning as kind of a warm up. Today, we're going to be really intentional about the ab prep. And I think that you'll see the difference between just doing a crunch and really using the core. So let's bring the arms down to the sides. Palms are down. Fingers are slid down toward those heels away from the ears. We imprint and we scoop. Now, as we move up to ab prep, I'm gonna do something really unorthodox, and I'm gonna ask you not to scoop. So let your scoop go as you crunch up. You'll see why in a minute. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, slide up, let go of the scoop and kind of pooch out the belly on purpose. Do what really wants to naturally happen. Now, if you've been doing Pilates with me for a while, you'll realize that this feels different than what we normally do on ab prep. And that's good that you can recognize that. Now, as you're here at the top, I want you to now scoop. Okay, so get the pelvic floor engaged, especially draw in with the transverse abdominis. So now you're sucking that pooched out belly back in and down, and kind of vacuuming it in toward the spine. That'll change how it feels for sure. And now keep that feeling, keep all of those really deep core stabilizers engaged, and just do a little pulsing motion here. If it gets uncomfortable for the neck, you can feel free to put one hand back there to support it. And we're just gonna pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, keep breathing, 2, and 1, and down. Now into a series of 5 ab preps, using the deep core stabilizers, now not letting the belly pooch out. Here we go. Inhale, prepare, and exhale, scoop, and ab prep. And flow back down. Inhale, and exhale, up. Inhale, down, good job. Exhale, up. Every time you come up, think of vacuuming that belly in towards the spine. So even though it wants to pooch out, you're actually trying to get it to come in further as you lift, which is not what naturally wants to happen, but you can make it happen if you really focus. Last one here. and down. Nice work. Now bring the knees up so the legs are in tabletop position, and we're going to move from here into the knee sway. Now the knee sway, we're going side to side, so we're using our internal and external obliques, which are definitely part of the core, really important players there. So I like to bring my arms out to the sides, kind of anchor myself into the floor, glue the knees and the inner thighs together. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, come down to the side. Keep the knees stacked as much as possible. Inhale, center, and exhale down. Being mindful of how deep you're going. So at first I like to be kind of conservative because these muscles haven't really warmed up yet enough for us to go really deep. So be careful for the first few as you start to build strength and confidence and everything kind of warms up, then you can experiment with going down a little bit deeper, still staying within your level of ability and what's comfortable for you. Also, what you're able to do well, I think that's really important. Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should. So however far down you go, make sure that your other shoulder, the opposite shoulder, is staying planted on the floor. If it starts to pop up, then you've gone a little too far. Knees come down, this shoulder really wants to pop up. I'm going to try to keep it down and back up. You may add on, if you like, coming down to the side, extending the legs out, bending the knees and coming back in. It's just a little extra challenge on those obliques. Out, in, and to the side. Awesome work. All right, let's do one more on each side. Make sure we keep our breathing going here too. Okay, so we exhale down, inhale, extend, exhale in. There we go. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and you can release. I like to do these little low back circles when we've been working the abdominals really hard, because I think we don't give the low back enough credit for all the work that it does to stabilize and keep everything supported. So give it a little bit of love. So now from here, we're moving into side leg series. So just roll over to the side. And what I'd like you to do is line yourself up with your mat. You've probably seen side leg series before if you've done workouts with me in the past. We do basically inner and outer thighs are the focus here, but the reason why I wanted to include these in this workout is because these are actually important core muscles that, again, don't often get enough credit, so we're gonna let them shine today. All right, so from here, the first in our side leg series is we bring the bottom leg forward, angle it toward the corner of the mat, top foot flexes, and we bring it forward, point the toe, and come back. And the idea here is the whole time we are stabilizing this hip, trying not to let anything wobble or roll or change in any way. We are increasing calf and hamstring flexibility on the way forward, and we are actively squeezing the butt on the way back. Inhale, exhale, one more here. Inhale forward, exhale back, hold. Bottom leg comes back, so they're now both in line. Top leg comes up with a pointed toe, down with a flexed foot but doesn't really relax. It's inhale, exhale, inhale up, exhale down. Check to make sure the upper body is relaxed but well supported. So you don't want to feel like you're putting a lot of weight in this hand or really supporting yourself with your arms. All the support comes from the core. So the arm can just kind of hang out and be relaxed. One more. Inhale, exhale. Now come up and hold. Bottom leg has to come up to meet the top leg. Squeeze and float down. Inhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale. Nice job. Inhale, inhale, exhale. It's the inner thighs squeezing together. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Now both together. Keep the legs glued tightly together if you can. Exhale up, inhale down. 2 more. Woo. 1 more here. And now we're gonna add on a little extra piece here that we don't often do, but when the spine bends to the side, that's even another set of core muscles. We call them the quadratus lumborum. So the arm comes up over the head. On the exhale, both legs lift and the body lifts and we bend to the side and we reach down for those toes. Wow. Inhale here. Exhale up. Inhale, try to keep it controlled on the way down. That's always the hardest part for me. I can get up okay, but then my body just wants to kind of fall back to the floor. So I really have to focus on my scoop to keep this downward motion controlled. And even then it's still hard. Whew. 1 more, here we go. Inhale and exhale and down. Very nice, beautiful job. Let's move over to the other side and just do the same series over there. All right, so lining ourselves up with the mat just like we did on the other side. Bottom leg comes forward, angle toward the corner. Top foot is flexed. We inhale forward, exhale back. We can think of this as a dynamic stretch for the calves and the hamstrings at the same time that it's a great core exercise because everything has to engage to keep us stable. Inhale forward, exhale back. Do you notice on the way forward, there's a tendency to put a little bit more weight in this hand and lean forward a little bit? Try to avoid that if you can. So as this leg is coming forward, don't let there be any extra weight in this hand. Yes, you've got it. Good job. Inhale forward, point the toe, exhale back, squeeze the glutes without disengaging with the low back so everything is still stable. We're still scooped and we have 1 more. Inhale forward, exhale back and hold. Bottom leg comes back and we start our series with the top leg. First, inhale, pointed toe, exhale, flexed foot. Nice job. Kind of warming into this. We don't want to come too high with that top leg because keep in mind in a moment, bottom leg has to come up to meet the top leg. So we want to be a little conservative with the height. Let's try 3 and 2 and 1 and hold. Bottom leg comes up to meet it. Squeeze the inner thighs together and control it on the way down. It's inhale, inhale, exhale. Outer and inner thighs both working hard on this. Yes, good job. Realize that those outer and inner thigh muscles are part of the core. So they really get to shine. We get to celebrate them today. And down and up, up, down. Now both together we come up and down. Good control. Exhale up, inhale down. Amazing. 4 more here. 4 and 3 and 2. Good job. 1 more. And just like we did on the other side, reach that top arm overhead here. Inhale. Exhale, lift the legs, lift the upper body, bend to the side, reach, and try to control it on the way down. And up. And down. Nice work. Exhale up. I don't know, as much as I practice these, I always still feel wobbly. And that's okay. It's kind of a continual work in progress. Up. And down, and 1 more. We come up and squeeze. And down. Fantastic work. All right, let's roll over to the tummy. So we're gonna do a little bit of core work, focusing on the core muscles on the back side of the body. So we have the latissimus dorsi. These are the large wing-like muscles in the back. We have our good old glutes, which we know about, the hamstrings, lots of great muscles here on the back side. So the first one that we'll do is our single leg kick. This one is awesome for the hamstrings. We want to make sure that the upper body is really lifted and well supported with the shoulders down. Shoulder blades pinched together in the back. We also want to make sure that we are imprinted here with a little bit of a pelvic tilt. And so when we lift the legs, which we're going to do in a second, they're not going to come up very high at all. Because if I try to lift them high, I'm going to lose my pelvic tilt. So just lift them, they probably only come like an inch or so off the mat. It really isn't high at all. But you can already feel the engagement of the hamstrings, yes? So one leg comes in, we inhale, prepare, and then we exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So it's like the inhale lasts for 2 beats and the exhale lasts for 2 beats. Try not to move or change your hips or your low back. Ooh, good job. We go 4, 3, 2, 1, and release down. Nice job. All right, double leg kick is next. So we're gonna start by just lowering ourselves down here, kind of relaxing the head a little bit. Legs come out slightly wider than they were for the single leg kick, but we still have the imprint and the scoop, a little bit of a pelvic tilt here, and the legs lift ever so slightly. Now it's inhale with the toes pointed, inhale with the feet flexed, exhale, extend and lift, exaggerate the lift a little bit without losing that low back. And then we do the same thing again. So it's inhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Try not to feel a bounce through your upper body. A lot of times the momentum created by those legs coming in will make your upper body feel like it's kind of bouncing forward ever so slightly. Try to avoid that if possible. Keep your scoop really strongly engaged. And we're gonna add on an upper body component. So you're looking to one side, you'll go inhale, inhale. On the exhale, we extend and lift with the arms as well. Head turns to the other side, bring the arms back, and inhale, inhale, exhale, extend, look the other way. Inhale, inhale, exhale. If this upper body just gets too confusing and you're kind of all over the place, no worries, just stick with the legs. This took me forever to master. Inhale, inhale, exhale, one more. Point, flex, exhale, extend and lift. Take a moment just to appreciate all of the core muscles that are working right now in your hamstrings, your glutes, your mid and lower back, and release down. Fantastic job. All right, from here we're gonna move into flying. So for this one, what's really cool about this exercise is that by changing the angle at which you fly, you'll change the muscles that are working. So if I'm here and my arms are straight out to the side and I just come up and down, I'm mostly working the muscles right between my shoulder blades, like my rhomboids, my middle trapezius. But if I lift, but I also kind of come down and back, then I'm getting my latissimus dorsi engaged. That's a much bigger muscle that we would consider part of the core. Big wing-like muscles here in the back. So that's what we want to do today. All right, so the arms come out to the sides. Inhale, prepare. As I exhale, I lift up and down and back, okay? And inhale, come back to the starting point, but don't relax the arms. Exhale, lift and draw back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Can you feel those back muscles working? Yeah, and I think if you really connect mind to muscle, you can make the exercise so much more effective, right? Instead of just going through motions, we're really squeezing the muscles that we're supposed to be working. Inhale. Exhale, stabilize that upper body. So it shouldn't be bobbing or moving up and down with this motion. It's just the arms. Last two. Last one. Exhale and down. Last exercise of the day, we have the leg pull front. And I love this one to celebrate the core because it puts us in kind of a plank position, which forces all of the core abdominal muscles, but also all of the core back muscles, the glutes, the hamstrings, everything to engage and stabilize and work. So let's get into our leg pull front position. It looks just like a plank. We want to make sure that the spine is really straight and flat all the way from the top of the head down to the heels. Take a moment to appreciate all of the core muscles that are working for you here, and then we'll lift one leg up and we press back, we press forward, and we land the foot. Lift to the other side. Press back, press forward, and land, and switch. Press back, forward, land, and switch. Back, forward, and land. Home stretch, team. We're almost there. This is the last exercise. I saved it for the grand finale because it's really the one that puts everything together. And lift, back, forward, lift. Last one. Push back, forward, down, and release. Fantastic job. Great work today. Let's just take a moment here. We'll circle the wrists a little bit. That usually feels good after we've been supporting the body weight on the hands. Now let's reach the arms up toward the ceiling. And this time we're going to let the shoulder blades raise up. We're going to let the shoulders raise up so that we can actually stretch out the muscles that we were working. We can even lace the fingers together. Press the palms up toward the ceiling if you'd like, if that feels good for you. And now coming to the front, lace the fingers again, this time kind of rounding through that upper back a little bit. Head drops down. Bring the arms around to the back, lace the fingers here, and just straighten the arms and lift the chest. Now I'd like you to come on up to what feels kind of like a kneeling position here. Legs are a little bit wider, and I just want you to engage your glutes, press your hips forward. So you've got kind of an exaggerated pelvic tilt here. Start reaching the arms back and lift through the chest and through your abdominal. So all of this front side is stretching. Good, let's release that down. And we're just gonna roll onto our backs for one more quick stretch for the glutes since they did so much work for us today. I'd like you to just cross one leg over the other, lift off of the floor, and then take this knee here and just hug it in across toward your opposite shoulder. So you'll just take it in your hands, angle it toward the shoulder till you find just the spot that feels good for you, and hold there for a moment. Feel free to close your eyes here if you'd like and take some nice deep breaths. Let's release and switch. We cross over, lift, and angle the knee toward the shoulder. Nice work. Release down. You can make your way back to a seated position. And again, thank you so much. This was a great workout. I had a lot of fun today. I hope that you did as well. And that this kind of broadens your understanding and appreciation for what the core is and what it does and how it supports our everyday movements. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. See you next time. Bye-bye.